What up, though? Welcome, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising to your December scopes. We are kicking off the month for you with action. Movement into Venus is happening for you. Venus is moving into Aquarius this month. And around that time, it is new ways that you need to take action in your own expression. You are a sign that is very heady, air sign, intellectual, definitely ahead of the curve. And sometimes that can leave you feeling a little isolated. And although you are a person who speaks up for the little guy, the underdog, sometimes you got to be able to speak up for yourself. And this month is giving you that opportunity, especially with Mercury being in Sagittarius, on where you haven't been living by your own truths. Also, where you've been holding other people accountable and haven't been being able to hold yourself accountable for speaking your truth. So it is time this month to harness a little bit of that Aries energy by being self-focused and taking action. And speaking your truth, right? Speaking your truth. And your truth has changed over these last few years, with Saturn being, before it was in Pisces as it is right now, it was in your sign, which might have pressed a lot on you to really recognize and not put your head in the sand where you haven't been living up to even your own potential. And by that, meaning that you haven't stepped into your own full truth or realization of your power, what you want, even your emotions. I know that's something Aquarius doesn't really like to talk about a lot of times, but it is a context that you have stepped now into this new version of yourself. The thing about it is, though, I feel like a little bit of after Saturn moved out your sign, you were just like, whoo, chile. Let me go just chill out. Like, let me just go sit down. And now it's time for you to take action. It's time for you to bring in your tribe so that you can start bringing in the tribe that is meant for you, the team that is meant for you, the people that are meant to hear your new truth. Pluto is now in your sign. So the next 20 years, listen, girl, we up for transformation anyway. Might as well kick it off right. Might as well go ahead and step into it. And that comes with a perspective this month of being balanced, right? There is a context of being balanced. There is, you don't want to go half cocks, right? You want to be a little bit, take in the mutable energy of Sagittarius, especially under this new moon, and not be so fixed in your opinion, so fixed in the perspective that you can't let your tribe in. Yes, we know you're right, Aquarius. Yes, we know your new truth is the new paradigm because that's the energy that Pluto is coming in. But you don't have to roughshod people with it or, just listen, it's my way or the highway. Sometimes you get a little bit more honey, get a little bit more bees, what they say, a little bit more bees with honey or a little bit more, listen, be a little sweeter and people will listen to you more in that context. So also, where have you not stood up for justice for yourself, right? Especially when it comes to familiar situations, maybe a marriage, maybe a relationship, maybe a family dynamic. It is your way to just be like, F it, I'm out. But this isn't something that needs to move forward yet. It's something you need to revisit. And even if you do end up moving to a context of new tribes, new groups, maybe new relationships, you can't get to the new without visiting the past. Like, you can't hold on to the past and still try to get to the future. And a lot of times Aquarius energy just be like, I'm done. I'm just going to go over here and I'm not going to address it and let my actions prove what it is. But you have to speak your truth. You also have to talk about where you feel like, even though you're happy with this transformation, where you feel like you've been wrong, like where justice wasn't served for you, especially when it comes to relationships, marriages, family situations. You need to speak your truth, because when you speak your truth, you release yourself so that the cycle can move forward. And sometimes that is a reconnection, that is forgiveness, that is a reconnection to a person, a group, a situation but also because you aren't the same person anymore after these experiences. It's also just, I'm not saying every time we need closures, but Aquarius, you need to go back. And you need, during this Mercury retrograde, be like, hey. So let's tie this up. Let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you where I feel like things were wrong. Let me tell you what I've learned from that. Let me tell you how I'm moving forward. Let me tell you that this is the new chapter I'm stepping into. And if that chapter doesn't include you, I'm also okay with that because of who I've become, because of sometimes these trying experiences. But you have to go back to finish that, because if you don't, that emotional residue energy goes with you into your new truth, and it kind of taints it, and you never really kind of live up to it, because you kind of feel like a little bit like I'm a fraud, like I haven't really addressed all of these things in the back of your head. And so to get peace and clarity in your mind, you have to do the thing that you don't like sometimes, and that is hit your heart space, open up your heart chakra, use that throat chakra, and say the thing that needs to be said so that you can now move forward in your new truth, whether it is reconnection in the old paradigm or if it's stepping into a new context of yourself. Because listen, the new concept of yourself is happening over the next 20 years anyway. So might as well just go ahead and get a kickstart with it, right? All right, Aquarius.